So now, bridal stylists are very important in the industry, and I've seen many stylists very successful, many that they were not successful. Let's start with the importance of the role of stylist and the whole experience of a bride. There are so many brides that they come to the stores and they're lucky to meet the stylist that they're very helpful. So tell me about the importance of this role, the stylist.
So it is a very important role, and let's start by saying that the stylist is the face of the brand that behind her. So if the brand is so busy making amazing dresses and giving great service and keeping the brides happy, the stylist should do the same. So the stylist has to protect her brand by being kind to the brides, by being helpful and listen, and not being self-centered, but being open to the bride, for her family, her friends, and her opinions. That's number one. So if she has a bad day, or she's experienced something, or she doesn't feel well, she just had to disconnect herself, because she's servicing. She's under a very important service role, because making a bride happy is saint. It's a saint role, because the bride, it's only one time that she's going to come to your store or boutique or studio. It's just one time that you have the chance to make her happy. And if you want to gain her trust and have her as a customer, the money is just a side effect. So I just feel like sometimes brides are telling me from their experience, they're coming and stylists are being very they're not very nice, they're not very welcoming, they're just trying to do their job. They're signing the card in the morning and just going there because they're getting paid anyways. I just feel like if you're like that, maybe you should find yourself a different job, because this is a job that you have to make from the bottom of your heart. You have to be super welcoming and happy and really share the joy and the happiness that the bride is, because the bride is coming and she's expecting to try on dresses, and sometimes it's her first time, so she doesn't really know what's going on, and you have to guide her through this process. You have to be alone with her in the fitting room, and sometimes seeing her naked. So you're supposed to create some kind of intimacy before you start. Don't just start by taking her to pick up the dresses and, okay, lady, get naked and let's try some dresses on. So you have to speak to her, listen to her story, see what's going on behind this wedding story. I just feel like the stylist has to be more like a friend to the bride, and less a teacher or like a service provider.
I believe the stylists, they bring a lot of value to the bride's decision-making process.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've seen in the store, the decision-making process is such a hard process for the bride to find the right dress. I think in the process, the understanding the bride, it's very important. So what are the key questions that a stylist should ask a bride to truly understand her style and preferences?
Yeah, I'm happy you said questions, because most of the bridal stylists, they just come and say stuff, which you don't supposed to say anything. You just have to listen. So I feel like number one rule is listen, and listen really with your, not with your ears, with your mind. Listen and ask questions. What's going to be the vibe of the wedding? Is that important for you, that the vibe of the wedding and the dress will be the same vibe? Because sometimes you say, oh, that's going to be amazing in your venue. And then the bride, she doesn't care. She wants to go with something that will be black, but the wedding is on the beach. And usually it's not really, it doesn't really go together, but it's fine. I mean, if this is what the bride wants, you need to listen to her. If she doesn't care about the vibe and she just wants to be happy with her dress, go after her. Don't tell her, no, this is not the vibe, maybe we'll choose something else. Sometimes the bride do care about the vibe and she wants to be cohesive with her venue. So yeah, you go after her and then help her find the best dress to her vibe, and also that will complement her body. So ask a lot of questions. I feel like because we're alone in the fitting room, also maybe ask her, how did she meet her fiance? What is the story behind this? How long have you been together? Who's the people that are coming with her? Do you want me to share information with them? Can I say stuff that you're sharing behind the scenes with me? Sometimes the mother of the groom is there and she doesn't want anybody to know that she's pregnant, or I don't know, that she's gonna elope. So you have to be also very confidential, acting like a psychologist a little bit, because sometimes the people that are coming with the brides, she doesn't have, I mean, usually she's happy with the people that she's bringing, but sometimes they just bring themselves. So she's not very happy. So we can't just share all the information with those people. So yeah, ask who's coming with you, who's here with you today, what's going to happen, when it's going to be, what the date, is it summer wedding, is it winter wedding, do you have any pictures for inspirations to show me? And most important, when she shows you those pictures, don't see with your eyes what you see in the picture. Ask her, what do you love about this picture? What do you see in this specific dress? I'll give you an example. She's going to bring a super poofy dress. It's pink, it's glittery, and it has an open back. So you come to her and you say, what do you like about this picture? Because you can just imagine yourself, oh, she likes a poofy glittery pink dress. And then she's coming to you and she said, no, I like the back. So just a tiny piece of this picture she really likes. So please ask questions.
So like technical questions about the dress or the style and things like
Ask everything.
everything.
From personal questions, not too personal, because not everybody wants to share. And also you can feel the vibe of the person who stands in front of you. Sometimes they're being very shy at the beginning and they're not very communicative and they're not very talkative, but then later on you start to create some kind of a bond and a relationship that will take you to where she trusts you and she'll share some more information with you.
So first thing in the process, the most important thing is understanding the bride. So following that, based on your experience, how should a stylist approach recommending styles to brides with diverse body types and personal taste? Because recommendation is very important. So what should be the approach and the recommendations?
Well, I'm not a very traditional person. So I'm a little bit against recommendations, because if you listen to the bride, I'll give you an example. Sometimes a bride wants to have a silhouette that will not work with her body type. But this is my job as a designer to make her pretty in this specific silhouette that she shouldn't pick. You should check and test what's going on. Is it really what she wants? And if so, go with her and try to build it in a way that you can save it from being a disaster. And then the next step will be mine. I'll see her pictures. I'll see the things that she wants. And then I'll put my input there and I'll say, you know what, let's do this instead of that to make you look better in this specific area. Usually she'll take my word better than she'll take the stylist word, because I have this, I have this honor to be involved in this process, that I can offer my recommendations, and they will take it. And I also do it really carefully, because we're not here to hurt a bride. And if she can be a size 28, if she wants to wear a mermaid, she will wear a mermaid. So we're not going to tell her, you have to wear an A-line because this will make you look skinnier. No, we need to make her skinnier in our way, in her demands. So be careful with recommendation. You can recommend after you get to know her a little bit. Try on everything she's asking. Sometimes you will take dresses that you say to yourself, oh my God, no, that's not going to work. You're going to look bad in this dress. Take the dress, show her how she looks. Maybe she would like the neckline, maybe she like the lace, maybe she would love the color. That's okay. And then try to build something that you both will be like friends. And then you can share this vision together and take it to me. And I can interpret all that and then make it happen.
Beyond the dress, so we have a complete look of the bride. What are your tips for stylists on coordinating the entire bridal look, like including accessories, that sometimes hairstyles? There are things that the stylist can recommend in this
Yeah.
case. Are they? I mean, do you think that they have to go that far for the complete look of the bride, or they have to just stay with the
Not
dress?
in the first appointment. First of all, in the first appointment, we have one specific target and goal together, which is finding the dream dress or building it and creating this. So it's enough decisions for one day. Some of the brides, they're very they know how to make decisions, and they just want to finish with everything. So yeah, go after the bride. But if you see a bride that she's not extremely decisive and she's having trouble, even envision the dress, don't go to the veil or to the nothing. Just leave her alone. Let her get the dress. The dress will arrive to the boutique. She'll try on the dress, and then we can pick the veil. We can even later, talk about jewelries. Don't push because you want to make a sale. Give her what she needs, not what you want. Because if she needs a veil and it's urgent, we have to figure it out. So you say, okay, let's finish with the dress and then we'll talk about the veil later. Just prepare her to the decisions that she has to make. Because sometimes she doesn't, sometimes it's also very expensive to her to pay for the dress, and then she has to spend more money for the veil. So let's do it later. Spend the money later when you can.
Sounds good. Speaking of the challenges in styling, can you tell me some of the challenges a stylist might face when working with brides? And if you have any suggestion to effectively overcome them. I've seen stylists that they left their jobs because of the challenges, because they were not successful. So I believe part of the job is being ready for the challenges,
Yeah.
in advance. So tell me about this.
Well, there are many challenges that you are not attracting to yourself, and there are some challenges that you are attracting to yourself. It depends who you are and then how you're taking care of things. Most of the challenges sometimes are not the bride, sometimes are the company that is coming with the bride. I feel like if you're not very, very serious about it and you're touching lightly, so things are going to be fun. Me personally, when I meet with big fam, I love it when they're all coming together. Sometimes they're calling to the location, they're asking, how many people can you bring? You can bring the entire family, I don't care. We're going to drink, we're going to laugh, we're going to have a great time, we're going to listen to music. I have no confidence issues. When you are standing in front of lots of people, you should see who's deciding. Sometimes there's a leader in this group, and the leader should be your friend. You should combine, because this will help the bride. You're not doing it because you want to sell. You're doing it because you want to help the bride. Because the bride has, she has lots of people there and they have all sorts of opinions. But eventually she's going to be the one who's wearing the dress. She's going to see her dress herself in the pictures after 20 years and say, oh, hell, I wore what my mother-in-law wanted. I hate that dress. I want to destroy this album. So we don't want to go there. And you should mention that every now and then. Be careful then. Be careful though. I think if you're taking it to like a fun area when they come, be part of the gang and get to know everybody and be happy with them. And if you're not too serious, it will be amazing. You're gonna have fun. The bride will have fun. So is her family and friends. So that, I think, can be number one challenge. The other challenge is a bride that is super shy, and she doesn't want you to put her in a dresses. She's not very communicative. So let her be. Let her be. I put the dress inside. I explain, oh, okay, so we have a bodysuit. The bodysuit is, you have to wear the dress like panties. Put the dress on you. Call me when you're ready to be zipped. Explain to her what she should do and get out. Usually after 2 dresses, she keeps you in. And don't stare at her. Don't look at her boobs. Don't look at her ass. Be very professional. Put the dress on, look down. I never look at my brides, even if they don't care. Sometimes they're incredibly amazing, sometimes they're not. But we're not looking at the person, and we're not judging. We're helping her, creating her dream dress, and look in her best in this evening. We're not judging anybody. And then also, don't take things personally. Like if she's coming and saying, oh no, I don't want this or I don't want that. Don't say, oh, she's like, I don't know. I mean, stop complaining. The complaining thing, if you're a complaining person, leave this job. Don't roll your eyes behind the back of people. Don't think in your heart even bad thoughts, because you will not serve the bride and the sale will never come. Money is an outcome of good deeds, not of being judgmental and being, I don't know, upset or mad. Money is not coming for people who thinks this way. And another thing is sometimes consultants, when they see someone above size 16, they freak out. What are you freaking out about? She is the same person like you. If you're size 6, make her feel comfortable. If you look amazing, you have a great body, and then she's coming and she's size 20, make her feel comfortable. Because usually it makes them feel bad when a tiny lady is standing next to them. I mean, being in size 12, 14 myself, I am dealing with models sometimes. It's not the best feeling, you know, that she's so perfect, and you know, you're starting saying things to yourself. Well, you're very successful, you have lots of kids, you're very happy, you don't need to be that model. But this is what the bride is saying to herself. And if you will make her feel amazing, then you will not have this challenge. Ignore the fact that she's size 20, 26, and you have only 6 on the rack. Put her in a dress and make her happy. It doesn't matter if the back is open. I am teaching my stylist how to deal with, if she wants to try on a dress that will be small, we know how to do it. We can do that. We have so many ways. Also, we keep the bigger sizes as well. And it's not just for A-lines. We do have fitted gowns. Brides deserve to see their curves, even if they don't want to hide under a tent. I think I'm done here.
It's so funny. We wanted to create this video just for one of the stores for Phillybride and helping our stylist in Phillybride, and now I see that you're helping all the stylists with like all the issues and everything. I'm very happy. I believe this video is going to be very helpful. Let's go one step forward. So you were talking about like sometimes they need to hear something from the stylist. So now now we have to talk about the influencing factors. How do you believe cultural, seasonal factors should influence the stylist's recommendation for bridal look, or how stylists can influence, like, because sometimes we have trends, we have seasonal factors, we have brides. We're living in the United States. We have many different cultures and nations here. So what are the influencing factors, and how stylists can take advantage of them when they're going to help the brides in the process?
I think that the stylists, they all have to know about those trends. They have to know, they have to explore, they have to go into Instagram, Pinterest, whatever, to read about it, to know what's going to happen. Because when a bride is coming with something, she should be able to know what she's talking about. The word, we have so many different brides. Some of them want that to be trendy and some of them don't. So we have to see who we're dealing with. Like me personally, I never go after trends because I always think you're going to look at the pictures later and say, oh, why did I pick that? Or why did I do that just because it was trendy? Or why did I wear Bugs Bunny ears because it was in fashion and I will look like a disaster in my pictures? So if it's a trend and you like the trend, think about it. Like a few days ago, I've met with someone who picked a dress, not from me. I picked a dress and the dress was white. It was very clean. She has a perfect body. She's super beautiful. But then she tried on the dress. She came here for alterations. She tried on the dress. The dress looked simple to her because she went after the trend, after her friends, after wedding magazines and Instagram. She ended up purchasing two dresses. One, the plain one, not for me, and the second one that was designed especially to her needs and her body and her taste. So she ended up paying for two dresses. Thank God that she can do it because not everybody can, and then they are stuck with the dress that they don't like. So it's very important to see who we're dealing with, because some of the brides are very decisive. They know what they want the trend, and they're going to go with it. And you follow them, give them the trend. But if you see someone who wants to take care of her personality and why is she coming to me? She's coming to me because she wants to be different. You don't want to look like everybody else. You don't want to look like all your friends. I mean, nobody's going to recognize you out of all those brides who looks the same. So if you want to get yourself personalized dress, then you should not follow trends. Maybe you should take a little bit from the trend. So if the trend is a white dress, great, let's design the white dress like you like, with the specific fabric that you like, and then maybe add some motifs that are not trendy. So I feel like, yes, the stylist have to know about the trends, but don't say, this is in fashion, you have to do that now. Oh my God, all your friends are gonna be jealous because you took the trendy dress ever. Don't go there. Not under my name anyways.
Let's talk about it a little bit more. There's a sweet spot between the trends and individuality. So yeah. I believe stylists, they have to find that balance point. They have to find that sweet spot that they like. This is so hard. So how can stylists balance the current bridal trends and also the individuality and personal style?
With questions that you ask the bride. All the time, you ask her questions. What do you think about this? Will you wear that to your wedding day? Okay, so she's coming with this trend idea. Do you see yourself wearing this? Do you see your typical character and body type wearing this? If she says yes, go there. If she says, I don't know, I'm not sure, try some dresses that looks like this and try some others that she would have picked if she didn't even find this trend. Be open and ask questions. Don't be decisive. You are not the one who's making the decision.
I wish I would have asked you this question about the stylist-bride relationship in the beginning. I totally forgot. So which you are just focusing on the relationship between the stylist and the bride. So what do you think? Like, going back to the first question, what do you think, in your own idea, that can make a successful relationship between the stylist and bride during the whole styling process?
Get to know your bride. Be her friend. Get to know her. Really know her. I've been meeting brides here in Austin and also in Philly, and I know everything about them. I really care about this. I really want to know. I ask some questions about them, about their, not like an interrogate person, like a friend. Be her friend. You are there for her.
So do you think
trust is so important?
Yeah. So I believe brides,
money in your hands.
I believe brides, they have that trust factor when they get into, when they step into the stores, they know that people, stylists, that they work there, they are experienced. So I think like they have this imagination of the stylist. So let's go one step further. The relationship, how they can make a stronger relationship. Yes, you're right, they have to understand the bride, they have to ask questions about their culture, about their style, or if there's any picture that they
Yeah.
want to show.
Yeah,
So
we want to know what kind of ceremony is she. If it's a church, if it's a huppah, if she even has a ceremony, if it's a destination wedding, maybe. That's also super important for us. And it's also showing you who is the bride. The bride that will do a traditional church wedding is different than the bride who will take her guests to Mexico.
correct, yeah, very good. So
But trust. Yeah, trust is
trust,
super important.
yeah. So
She has
then,
to know that you're going to be there for her the entire process. If she's going to text you for 4 days and say, oh my God, I think I made the wrong mistake, I have to go with sweetheart instead of a plunge, you will be there for her.
definitely. Now, I always tell to my teams to educate our clients. So when it comes to start a process, to start doing something together, I mean, with my clients and also my teams, education, it comes first because they have to understand what's going to happen. So we have to educate them. I believe in the styling, we have that education as an important elements of the process too. So how should stylists educate brides about the different styles, about fabrics, about fits, and like pretty much the whole thing? Do you think that they have to educate brides, or the brides they already know and they get offended if
Really depends. It really depends. You have to read who is standing in front of you. Some of my brides, they're coming here and they know everything about me. Their faces are in my Instagram for 5 years, so they know when my son was born. But some of them, they don't know anything. They just came because Google told them custom dresses. So you have to ask, do you know anything about us? Do you know what we're doing here? So she said, well, more or less, I know we have bodysuits, we have custom cup, and you take measurements, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, you know what? Let me tell you just a little bit more. But be careful, because educating can be very tiring. So she's not here to get a lecture. But you have to tell her what's important to her, not what's important to you. What will serve her now? She's I don't know, getting married in a month. She needs to find a dress. What are you going to say? Take what she needs to educate her. Style-wise, I don't know if we should educate. This should be during the process. So when we try on a dress, then this is what's going to make it easier for the bride to understand. Also, we need everybody to be on the same page. Sometimes they talk between them. So I always tell them, girls, you have to listen to what I'm saying now, because later there's going to be a test and you're not going to know anything. So listen and go with me. And then they, oh, I'm sorry. And then just drink your champagne and listen to me. So they listen and you explain. So this specific fit or cut is accentuating your hips, and it makes you look, it gives you the hourglass shape and you look amazing. But if you'll add an overskirt, you look taller. I don't know, I'm just inventing something. So yes, educate them, but step by step. Don't get them in and then throw everything at their faces. Then they'll just, be dizzy the whole time. Because they do need to know where they're stepping in. What is this place? What are we doing here? If you're just a boutique that carries 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 designers, explain, who are you carrying here? You're not a jeans shop. I mean, even in a jean shop, there's Levi's, there's Wrangler, there's Versace. You need to explain what's happening in your boutique. What's different with you? Why should she even go and pick you? For what?
Correct.
So just step by step, don't choke her.
Got it. Perfect. I believe you covered everything. I think the role of stylist is very important, because I've seen brides that when they trust, they have this relief that, oh gosh,
Yeah.
I found the right stylist. And then when they trust the stylist, it's going to be a beautiful process between the stylist and the bride, and they both can
It,
enjoy, that
it,
relationship.
the
Uh,
stylist is super. I mean, and I mean, I can tell you from my end, when I get a text 2 days after from a bride, she said, "You know what? You really took a big stone out of my heart. I feel like I lost 50 pounds and I go freely in the streets." I'm like, well, you know, I did my job. This is what I need to do. You don't have to thank me. But it's really fun to get this text. And then you cry a little bit because you're very happy and you move on. It gives you the fuel you need to make those amazing things that you do for them. Send them another video. Don't tell her no. Send them another video. Show them why you think it's not the right thing to do. Sometimes they're asking me things that I want to jump from the roof, but I'm not upset. This is their first time that they're designing this dress. They're not a designer. I'm sending more videos, more explanation. I'm showing why I don't think you should do it. And if eventually they shall decide to do it, I'll do it in the best way I can.
Lovely. Very good. Well, thank you, Naama. I know
Of course, thank you.
you are very busy and it's Sunday. We wanted to do this video, and I'm sure that this video is going to help a lot of stylists to make better career for themselves, to be more successful and help more brides. So if there's anything else that you want to add, feel free. And I want stylists to be in touch with you. If they have any questions, they can comment in the video and they can reach you out. Naama is one of the best designers in the whole world. I'm working with Naama closely, guys. She's amazing. She's very helpful. She's passionate about what she's doing. So you guys can take advantage of Naama, try to be in touch with her, follow her, and I wish you everyone to be very successful in your styling careers. Naama, if you want to wrap up, the stage is yours.
I just want to say one thing. Just take it easy. Don't make a project out of selling a dress. You're not selling a dress, you're helping a bride. That's it.
I love that. It's not all about sales. Yeah, it's about being helpful. And when they bride, they understand that you're
fun in the
helpful.
process.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds very good. Thank you so much, Naama. Thanks for your
Thank you
time
so much. Thank you.
that you gave me on your Sunday.
I love giving hourly work on Sundays. So that's great. You
All right.
helped me get out of vacation.
All right. Thank you so much. And I hope
Thank
to
you.
see you again in other videos.